Hi, today we're going to be looking at how to send a proposal to a client using Odoo and how the client can interact with the proposal and accept the proposal. This quote has already been designed. We've already filled it out with several line items. We have a strategy session, we have a corporate web design, and then there's a tab here that says suggested products. Under suggested products, we have domain registration, website hosting plan, corporate identity design, anti-malware plugin, and website management. All of these are optional products, and within the proposal, the client should be able to pick and choose from this list of available line items. Now we're going to send this proposal to the client by clicking on Send by Email. This has a boilerplate email that will be generated by the software, and then it's edited. If you'd like to edit it, you can do so, and then you can also program the system to have your very own signature with terms and conditions and any other piece of literature you want added to your signature. And then you can send, and you can see that it also attaches a PDF to the email. Now, when the client receives the message, he has an option to either select, read the PDF, or read the proposal and accept to pay online. And we're going to be looking at that from their mailbox in just a moment. And so the client has received his message with the proposal and quote attached. Right here you can see the message, Dear Sentry, which is the name of the client. Here is the quotation number with the price or the cost of the proposal from company. And you can see that the email comes nicely branded with the organization's logo and with the signature, like I said earlier. And then attached is the PDF that can also be printed out and used for the recipient's accounting purposes or approval purposes. Now I'm going to click on the accept and pay online option because this is a less rigid format or form of interacting with the proposal. The PDF is rigid because it simply contains all of the fields in separate pages. You have the actual line items with the final bill. You have the final bill here with the line items, and then on the next page you have the suggested products. Now there's no way to say I would like to add any of these to the main list of items unless there's a phone call or emails exchanged and so on, and without really knowing, okay, if I add such and such, this is what the final bill is going to be. As a business, you want your customers to make decisions on the fly, so it minimizes all the back and forth and you close deals faster. So I like to encourage my clients to click on accept and pay online. Now, once the client clicks on the button, it opens up the quote. Now, something really cool happens. The quote is opened in a browser, and they can see all of the literature like you would have in a proposal. You have the about us content, and you can tell who you are, what you do. There is additional literature, background, experience, and corporate philosophy. You can add your offer and then discuss your pricing. And this is where it gets really interesting. Up here we have the products originally placed in the line item, the main line items, but underneath you have suggested products. Now, what is really cool is this. The client can actually come in here and say, okay, I am going to be doing this project, but I need something extra, and I would like to see how much it's going to cost me once I add those additional features. And of course, a website needs a domain name, so domain name registration is picked, and you can see that once the customer clicks on it, it adds it to the main line items. The price has been adjusted to reflect the additional line item. Let's say the client also wants a hosting plan. That's also added. And let's say the client also requires anti-malware protection. And so that is also included. Now, if for some reason the client needs immediate feedback, he could actually decide to write in a comment here and says, hello, can I get a discount? I would like to make payment today. Of course, once he sends that, it enters in as an email and as a message to the document. So I'm going to refresh the quotation page, and the quotation should have pulled in the comment of the client automatically. Okay, so you can see here, of course, you can see that the system recognizes that the quotation was viewed by the customer 3 minutes ago, and the customer is asking for a discount. So on this end, the vendor, can give a discount on the corporate web design and the web identity, the corporate web design and strategy session, which cuts down the bill from the original figure that the client has, which is about 600,000, down to 559,000. Now we're going to save this, and the client is going to refresh his screen, and you can see that the discount has been reflected, and he still has his content and so on. So the vendor says, okay, sure. Hello. We've given a 10% discount. And once that is sent, the client sees the messaging, okay, and proceeds to accept the quote. So if he's happy, he accepts it. Now this is something really beautiful, because here the client then gets to sign off on the deal. So he says, I agree that by signing this proposal, I accept it on behalf of the company name, etc. And then he gets to sign in his name. So let's say there's a stylus. So this is the sign off, and he accepts and signs. Now, once he accepts and signs, you can see here is marked as quotation sent. After the signature has been entered, the system thanks the user. The order has been confirmed. Click here to see your document, and the end user can see his document. Now, skipping over to the quotation, on the back end, the vendor refreshes his screen. Of course, he's received an alert that the quotation has been confirmed, and the quotation moves from quotation sent to sales order, and the confirmation, of course, is within the timeline. So now we have the quotation confirmed, and we have all of these tasks created as a result of the action of the customer. So that's a really elegant way of generating proposals and getting the client to sign online. I hope this has been very helpful to you, and if you are interested in using this software to run your business, let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today.